joy. The first thing I want to wish everybody, no matter how you celebrate, is happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Is it happy or Merry Kwanzaa? I'm not 100% sure, or whatever, faith, spirituality, or even none that you go by. I wish you happy, joyful blessings with everything today. Just a heads up, my hair's super staticky. I've seen some of your guys' suggestions and I appreciate it. I think I'm going to have to see if my body can now tolerate hairspray and try that before I film. Like, as you can tell by this face, I don't really do much before I film except manage this hair. It's also hard. Is anybody going through the COVID cuts like I am, where I should have my hair layered to be able to make it work better in long layers? And I haven't been to a hairstylist since the early 2016. Now, it took me so long, not because of COVID, well, that's part of it, but because I've been sick. But by the time I could actually go get a cut, everything started to shut down. When I started to get more functioning and independent was right around probably March of 2020. And I was like, oh, so just continue to do as I do. So, and I decided to wear this shirt, a couple of good things, because I want you to know this is a good video, even if you saw the title. This is a good, positive video. This is actually a sweater dress I haven't been able to wear since 2016. I think one of my videos back then I wore this and that was the last time. So it's so nice to be shrinking down. I'm almost in the 130s. I'm almost there, and it's very exciting because once I get to like 120, 115, I start looking thin and really looking like myself. And then I have about, 10 or 15 more pounds to go before I, reach my goal. So, and go back to where I was. So very excited. I'm just excited to be healthy and be back with you guys and to wear a shiny shirt. I love shiny shirts. And if you didn't see my video from earlier, I did another Eugenia Cooney video. Go check that out. And I have several videos on here. I've been doing a series. And I've just kind of been showcasing what people are saying and what's going on. It's to me, it's a very serious subject. So go check that out or any of the other videos. But okay, I'm just going to have a conversation with y'all in this video, and I'll just kind of be real with you guys and tell you some of my thoughts. The holidays have always routinely been really difficult for me. Anybody who follows me, you know my story. I am chronically ill. I almost died from it last year. Like, there were several almost and near misses. In fact, there's been a few throughout the last 4 years. Last year was the worst. I would say it's the worst, but it was also the best, because even though it was one of the most difficult, unsafe, scary times of my life, I also found my diagnosis and was able to get on a path to get better. So I'm very grateful. I want to share that with you guys, how grateful and blessed I am. I'm so grateful and blessed to be back here with you guys. Please don't take this as disrespect. I never thought I was coming back to this channel after everything that had happened. And being able to get well, and getting well, it's amazing what it'll do for your mental health. My mental health struggles. If anybody saw me struggle with my mental health when I was on here the first time around, it was because the physical body wasn't working and I was terrified. And if you guys followed my journey, you know that holidays are hard for me because I don't have friends and family to celebrate with. And I want to say, it's not that I don't have some great friends, but all of my friends are spread out throughout the country. Everybody's got their own stuff going on. And many times I'm, aside for like one or two people that I know in my life, I'm typically the person that is kind of, even though I'm always in these situations with my health, somehow I'll find a way to make money. Not every time. Last year, I pretty much everything just about went broke. But I've always been able to somehow, no matter what's going on, find ways to make money. And so most of my friends, they can, be there and be supportive from a distance, but they're not here with me. And a lot of times they have their own situations. They've got families, and your family comes first. I totally get that. And I wouldn't argue with that, right? But it's hard for me because I'm somebody that's got chronic illness issues. And even though they're getting better, the holidays, just in general, they've been a notoriously difficult and lonely time for me. And I've always felt, here's the thing, I also know probably a lot of y'all today are going through it. And not just if you were in my situation, but now I'm calling it the COVID Christmas, because most people are not going to be celebrating with family. Now, some people kind of find that a relief. I hear you. And some people, that's a sad, lonely time. Maybe if you have children or grandchildren, or, you are a close family and you guys aren't, every family has their toxicity. Everything has its issue and its challenge, but people that love each other. So, a couple things that I thought I would just kind of talk about. I know what it's like to spend holidays alone and really feel like there's nobody there. It's really almost impossible to be chronically ill and not have family or not have help. And it's really, really difficult. And here's the thing though, no, this is my thought on how things work in general in life. You know, I've seen several comments, which you guys are really sweet, and I really appreciate them, saying, I'm so glad you're back. You look so healthy. You're so strong for what you've been through. You're so strong to overcome these things. And I want to talk a little bit about loneliness, especially around the holidays, and the gifts and the benefits that can be there. I'm somebody that always believes in a silver lining. I'm somebody that always believes no matter how awful something is, there's a gift in it somewhere. And sometimes it's just you have to learn about something crappy. Sometimes something crappy happens and you have to learn, oh, that's a crappy thing that can happen. But what we learn is the gift, right? Or, you know, it hurts and you gather strength. You are able to get strength. Because I will say, after going through a lot of holidays alone, and then many times alone and sick and scared because I'm sick and all of these other things, the great thing is once you get out the other side, over time, it gets easier. I completely forgot it was Christmas, y'all. I completely forgot, except people keep reminding me. It's like, and so I don't even think about it. And it's kind of great because it used to be, I dread holidays, but after experiencing this enough, and I feel like, you know, again, the biggest thing was getting better has helped everything in my life. Because when you're on the verge of dying, nobody believes you, nobody listens to you, everybody's being mean to you, everybody's against you. Yeah, you're not going to be functioning real well or even sanely to a lot of people, right? But in my situation, the great gift I have is that there are a couple things. Every year that goes by, it hurts less and less, to the point where days are just days. Birthday's still a bit hard for me. Still not real fond of my birthday for several reasons, which I might go into, but you know, it hurts less and less. And more than anything now, I feel like and here's the thing, this is another thing too. There might be situations or things in your life that are always going to hurt on some level, and that's okay. That's just, I think, part of the human experience. Certain things that happen. Like, you guys, I don't know if you remember Candy, my dog with the one eye. She passed away back in May. I can't talk about it too much because I'll start crying. That's always going to be a point of hurt for me, was her passing and wishing I could have done more for her. She got sick as I was getting better, and she got diagnosed with cancer, and we were trying to figure out how to do that, and they wanted to take her foot, and I refused. I said, nope, let's do surgery, let's do everything we can. She loves to run and jump, and we don't know if these are her last days, so let's try to keep her body intact so she can enjoy it. And I made the right decision there, because we were able to remove, she had a big tumor growing on her foot, but she had an aggressive form of cancer that was going to spread, and I was trying to be in that positive mindset of, okay, I know people have come back from cancer, maybe we can cure this with diet change, with this, with that. And we had her on chemo, which helped. That worked for a while. But then it stopped working and she just stopped taking it. So then, but while she was on chemo, through that process, through her getting diagnosed, we started transitioning her to an all carnivore diet, but making sure she had enough vitamins and minerals. And so her last days, her last year, she got, and we always spoiled the dogs when it came to food, but she got, cooked organic chicken and organic steak. We spent, poor roommates my ex is just a wonderful human being, because he would eat crap and make sure the dogs had organic food, organic meat, just an amazing, and that was his choice, like an amazing person. And when she passed, as her mom, this is really hard, I'm always going to feel certain guilt with her. It's never going to go away. And, I recognize there are some hurts that never go away, and I thought having to spend holidays alone and not having a family, or the family you do have is so toxic and not safe for you, you can't interact with them or be around them. It's always been really hard for me. The good thing is, I really believe in that phrase, all time heals wounds. Or time heals all wounds. I think it's time heals all wounds. So that, I love that phrase, because I feel like it's so true. From the day my dog died to now, there was I can't even talk about it hardly. I still have a hard time. There was a couple weeks I was sobbing every day. And this is when I was building up the company channel. So I would have to try to, in between crying, I'd have to put a cold compress on my face, cucumbers on my eyes to try to get the puffiness away, go and film my videos, and then go back to crying. But, it gets better. It's always going to hurt. I'm always going to miss her. I'm always going to feel like I didn't do enough, and I wish I could have done more. But that's the case. And sorry, not to get too sad, but the great thing is, I feel like when it comes to the holidays, it hurts every year. It hurts less and less, especially as I get my health back. And it's always going to hurt. because we're human beings. I'm always saying this, we're social creatures. We want connection with one another and love and acceptance and unity and community. And when you get isolated from that, especially when it wasn't something of your doing, it's just because people have mean and selfish motives. I don't care who you are, when it's your family, there's a DNA connection where it hurts. And it hurts when it's friends too. It hurts with people, but with family, it's deep. It feels very, very deep. When the people that are supposed to be there and supposed to help you and supposed to protect you instead are taking the time to gossip behind your back and too scared to even call you and try to talk to you, so they gossip with one another. Sadly enough, I'm probably gonna have family watching this video right now. That's exactly what they're doing. You know, I'm not understood. I'm very misunderstood to my family. There's been so much gossip by a couple of really toxic, mean people about who I am, people that don't know me, and they've just spread horrible things. And the truth of it is, I'm just somebody who tries to be as kind as I can and help people. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. You guys have seen it. And I'm somebody that is chronically ill. But because chronic illness they don't really understand that. There's two things. They either don't accept chronic illness or they don't accept that I have it. Part of it, there's misogyny that goes on, because I do have, there is a male relative that's got chronic illness, and it's so sad when it's him. And you know what? It is sad. It is sad no matter who it is, and my heart goes out to him. But when it's me, because so many rumors and things have been spread about me, and because I'm looked at a certain way, because other people have been spinning narratives about me, it's hard. It's really hard to be misunderstood and to know that none of them want to understand. I think it's more comfortable just to believe the BS and keep a distance. And in that I can understand it. I'm not saying I agree with it or I'm okay with it, but I understand it. And over the years of these people, you know, not believing I'm sick and then trying to do mean campaigns against me being sick, I just said I have to cut it off. And the great thing is, guys, is that it hurts less and less. My holiday this year, now I'm going to get upset, but it's a happy upset. It's going to be spent remembering how grateful I am that I'm alive. I didn't know if I was going to see this Christmas. I didn't know if I was going to see this New Year, and I'm still here, and I don't know how. I don't know how I'm still here. Somehow, you know, I'd like to think of it as some divine intervention. Things came together, or every coincidence in the world came together so that I could, you know, right at the right time, find the right pair of people to work with and the right situation and the right guy. I'm pointing here, roommate. He's over here, not in the room, but he's in another room. Sits and plays video games. That's what he loves to do. To make this come together so I could get better. And I know a lot of you guys are going through it. And I know a lot of you guys, you're alone this year. You've got health issues. And many of you can't go with family because you're at risk. I'm at risk, you know, for the situation in the world, the virus. I've got, you know, I'm asthmatic. I've got a heart condition. I've got, you know, autoimmune issues, histamine issues. You know, I checked several things off that list. So even if I could be with family, I can't. And I know for a lot of people that's hard because it's been this way for a year. And for a lot of people, that's been really, really hard. First of all, I hope society takes a moment to remember the chronically sick and the disabled and the vets that we completely throw away and what they experience and what they go through all the time, and that most people just don't care. I feel like we've been trained and conditioned in this society, unless you are a productive member of society, we just don't care about you. And we let them almost starve and really give them almost zero income. I know, I tried to actually look into disability a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, $300, and I might have to fight how many years to get that? While I'm still uncovering what's going on, it's a nightmare. And I really hope as a society we take time to give those people the financial support that they need and they deserve to just live, if anything, to just live, and to have better healthcare access. And there's gifts, guys. There's gifts in having all this alone time this year. First of all, if you do have toxic family you don't want to see, it's great because you don't have to go see them. This is the excuse, right? But there's also gifts in being alone and the solitude, because when we get alone and we get with solitude, something can happen. It's a double-edged sword. Boredom can creep in. And with boredom, to me, boredom can just be a mini form of depression many times, understimulated, right? And you can go down rabbit holes, and many times, and now sometimes it leads to depression, which is not great, but many times it leads to self-reflection. One of the great things about getting chronic illness is how much it shows you. And I've had to spend so much. You guys know I'm such a doer, right? And I'm so energetic, and I just want to build things and create things and go gung-ho. But I've had to really take a step back from being that person, and I've had to do days of just laying in bed, can't go anywhere. I'm frustrated. It's been about 3 weeks since I've been able to go on a walk out in nature, which is my big thing. I love that. I get to recharge. I put on headphones. I get to feel connected to the world, and I just, I love it. It's a very spiritual thing for me, and I haven't been able to do it because either it's too cold, or the days that it's not too cold, I'm too sick, or vice versa, or many times both. And when I say sick, the great thing is I'm still functional, but I would be in pain and uncomfortable to go for a walk, if that makes sense. Like, I can now, most days I can function without bad things happening. I did have, as you guys know, a bad episode a week or two ago, right? With my eyes. And an episode came from that. Super not fun. But, worlds better from where I was, and knowing what it is just, takes a huge, huge load off when you don't know and it's your heart. It's very scary. It's a very, very scary thing. So I know I'm rambling a little bit. I figure this would be a rambly video, but I wanted to let you guys know, if you're struggling with the holidays, I'm there with you, and there are many of us going through this. And I don't just mean celebrities who say we're all going through this together, because I get so mad when they say that. I'm like, no, we're not. You guys have tons of money and access to everything you need if something happens with your health. None of us do. It's up to the mercy of whatever emergency room doctor or nurse says, I don't know if I want to deal with them right now. That's what we get. Or can we, and what can we afford to do when we get there? So it's quite the pain. Situation is quite the pain. But just know that there's gifts in being alone, and there are good things. And even if you're sad, you're building strength in yourself. You're building a certain amount of strength and foundation to do something that I think that you were born or programmed to do from birth. And that's beautiful. You're gaining strength. You're preparing. You are able to get strong so that the loneliness that can come in will become less and less. There are so many gifts that can come from this. If you have toxic people, you don't have to be around them. You get to be removed from them, and you don't have to be pressured to be around them. Or even if you have a great loving family, here's the gift that can come out of being alone on the holidays, is that you strengthen the relationship with yourself. You strengthen your relationship with whatever spiritual practices you follow or whatever you do spiritually. And I'm not advocating you do or not do something. As long as you're not hurting yourself or other people, I say whatever tools you need to navigate the world, because that's what spirituality is for me. And you guys know over the years, I've gotten a lot of crap for my spirituality and my former spirituality, which is so funny. People still don't understand what it is. But I'm always of the mind, first of all, I'm never going to deny that part of me. It's not something I have to talk about all the time, but that part of me is why I'm still alive. That part of me was what gave me faith and strength and hope to keep going and keep fighting and keep finding solutions. Because if I didn't have that, I would have been dead. I would have been. You guys would not be watching this video. This would be a ghost talking to a camera. How do you have a mentally ill ghost? Can ghosts have mental illness? Sound off in the comments. And it's good. And that's what I want to tell you guys. No matter how dark things are, or how difficult things are, or how hopeless it appears, there's so much good in the dark stuff we go through. There's so many gifts and so many blessings and so many rainbows and so many silver linings in these clouds. Now, with that being said, it might take time to see them. The gifts aren't just given to us. We have to go through the hard time to get the gift later to be able to appreciate it. But there's going to be something in there for you, even if today is sad. And that's what I wanted to impart. And I'm speaking from experience on this, on so many different levels. And, if you are chronically sick or you have chronic illness issues, my heart goes out to you, because I know how difficult that is to be alone on the holidays, and I pray that everybody stays safe. I've been 20 minutes of rambling, so I think I'm going to stop. But I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. I love you guys. I'm not exaggerating. I hope I don't get... I'm trying to keep very calm on this channel, because you guys have seen me at times not calm, right? To say I'm grateful for the welcome back is beyond what I can say. I've had so much fun being with you guys and being back on this channel and building this channel. And I answer a lot of you in the comments, and I love talking to you guys. And I just wanted to say, I never thought I'd come back to this channel, but you guys showed me what's possible. You showed me I could do it. I could do it successfully again. And you guys believe in me. And you don't know how much that means to me. to still have so many people stand by and support me after what they saw me go through. Thank you. You guys have changed my life and you've made things so beautiful in my life, and I'm grateful. And you guys are my Christmas gift. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Take care. Blessings to the next video. I will see you soon. I'm wishing you guys lots of hugs, mwah, and kisses. Bye, guys.